Good afternoon. Could y'all hear me? All right, well, I am Mrs. Miller. I am one of your senior sponsors or your children's senior sponsors. We also have Ms. Jamie Samples, and your senior counselor is Dr. Walker, but of course the entire counseling staff assist us in every endeavor. First thing I want to mention is senior pictures. If your student have yet to take their senior pictures, they need to contact LifeTouch. They need to contact LifeTouch. It's called Prestige by LifeTouch, and it's in Marietta. It's about 30 minutes from here. They will need to schedule an appointment to take their pictures. There's a $30 sitting fee. They will receive all of their proofs except cap and gown. Now, they will eventually receive cap and gown, but it will be the end of December, the beginning of January. They will also get an online copy of their proofs. They'll have them mailed and online. Then, immediately after you receive those pictures, you would need to select your casual and formal for the yearbook. So you have to select it. If not, by the 18th of October, I'll make that selection for you. And normally, whatever the photography company has in the system as default, I roll with that. So you may want to make a selection, and that has to be done by October 18th. In case someone needs LifeTouch phone number, let me go ahead and give you that number. And now all of this information is also on our website. I try to make certain that the senior website is updated. So what you would do, you would go to Lithia Springs website, you would go to resources, and then senior information. So always look there if you have any questions in reference to seniors. All right, the number 770-485-2117. And I'll repeat that, 770-485-2117. Now, their office hours is from 9 to 3 every day. So if you're trying to make an appointment, you have to make it between 9 and 3. From 3 to 6, they'll be taking pictures. So their phone will go to voicemail. So make certain you know the times. On Saturday, they're open from 9 until I think about 4. However, you probably will not reach them on Saturday to make an appointment. Any questions in reference to senior pictures? All right, the next thing that is important in case they haven't taken their senior pictures, November the 2nd is the deadline. November the 2nd will be the last opportunity that they will have to take their pictures. The studio will close down at that point. Now, they will later on have another opportunity if they wanted to take additional cap and gown pictures. I normally have the photography company set up on one of those days where we actually have our group picture. And in this particular time, we actually set it on the exact same day as the graduation practice. So that morning, first thing that morning, it takes about 30 minutes to get them all together to take that picture. And then we'll have graduation practice shortly after that. And we also have a senior calendar, which the senior calendar is online as well. There's links to all of these things. There's only one thing that is different on the senior calendar online, and I haven't made that change yet, but I'll go ahead and tell you about that. Our prom date is no longer May 9th, it is May 1st. So it's Friday, May 1st. It is Friday, May 1st instead of May 9th. And this is new information to me, so I wanted to make sure you all got that. So the prom date has changed, but it will still be at the Porsche Experience. So it will still be at the Porsche Experience.
How long do they come there? How long do they come to school there?
Okay. All right, senior parents, if you are interested in purchasing a senior ad for your student, make certain that you go to our website and go to the yearbook page. There is a link there From Herb Jones, our code is 1515, but of course that is there as well. You can purchase a senior ad online. If by any chance you are not technology savvy, our yearbook staff at the school will definitely help you with that. You can come to the school, furnish us with all the pictures that you want, and we will do it for you there. Now online you have time. If you start today and a week later you do some more work to it, 2 weeks later you work on it again and now you have completed it, then you'll have that time online. Whereas here, you'll leave us the information and you'll have to trust that we make it as amazing as you would. And of course we'll do a good job, but you know, sometimes you have a vision, and if you have that vision, at least attempt to draw the vision. Another thing, if you would like for us to create the ad, the only thing we need you to do is I need you to make certain that you email me whatever it is that you want written. That is my proof that that's what you said. So if anything ever happens, I wrote what was given to me. So definitely I need that in the email. I don't want that written. Something else of importance that I would like to mention is we are planning a senior trip. There's 2 options right now on the table. One is the Great Wolf Lodge, and the other is Grad Bash. I have been receiving numbers from both companies, so I'm just waiting on one other aspect to basically present it to Mr. Lindsay, and from there we'll get like the senior officers and some input from students. We'll probably create some type of poll and they'll make the decision as to which one they want to attend, and then we'll go from there. So senior trip information is on the way. And then one other thing, if you are paid for your senior special, if you paid for your senior special, there is a shirt that's included with it. So what I need for you to do is, I need for you to go online on our website, or you probably have seen the link in Remind. I need you to go through and fill out that form. One reason I need the form filled out is because I don't have your sizes. And I need that done by Friday. I need it done by Friday. Fill out the form. Now, with the budget, there's only one issue. The shirt is a 2-sided shirt or it's a 1-sided shirt. So if you are going to, if you want the opposite side, which would include all of the seniors' names, then from there, you would have to pay an additional $5. If you're okay with just the front, then that's fine. You don't. But make certain that you make your payment to me in C104 by Friday, because I need to send the orders in order for you to have those shirts back by homecoming. Any questions on that? And if you would like to see what the shirts look like, parents, just ask one of your students that are a part of the Remind, have them to go through and show you the shirt design.
Questions?
Yes.
What is this senior special? This is my first time hearing of it.
All right, so the senior special began at the end of the summer. We gave all the students a copy of a document that basically entailed several things that was there. So it pays for their senior dues. Senior dues cover senior picnic, senior breakfast or dinner, which we're thinking about changing that to dinner, and it covers graduation. So for that's one part of it. The second part is prom, and then the last part is yearbook. So they will get all of those things. And if they pay from the summer until the beginning of school, it was a $200 cost. But we did that was the early bird special. Then we titled it senior special, and from the senior special, it went up a little bit. It was $215, but those students were entitled to the exact same thing, and it ended maybe a month ago. But it's been on the website, and we furnished the information to the students. Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything that's not included that has to be paid?
The cap and gown,
Okay.
and we have Mr. Shea here that will be speaking in a moment in reference to cap and gowns. And since that was mentioned, let me just say one thing. Please have the conversation with your students prior to them ordering cap and gowns and the extra paraphernalia that comes with it. So cap and gown is sold separately, but if you want to get announcements and senior shirts and all of those things, make sure that y'all have the conversation prior to them making the order, because he'll be here to speak today, but he'll come to see them as well. He'll give them some packets, they'll bring it home to you all, and then you'll have another week or two to make your down payment. If you're just getting the cap and gown, then your down payment will be $40. But if you are getting the cap and gown with some other supplies, then your down payment will be $80. So you'll receive some information within the next week and a half from your student, because he'll be here and present to all of the seniors.
Question.
Yes.
So if you didn't get to be part of the early special, what is the price for it?
So her question was, if she was unable to pay for the early bird special, what are the prices of everything? What happens is prom, the top price for prom is $100. So with the senior special, you've saved $20 on prom. The top price for senior dues, and like at this point, senior dues will be due by the 20th of December, the last day of December before we go home. And it's $80, but you had like a $20 discount. So you saved, by doing the special, you saved about $60 to $70 if you basically purchased the special. What is your question?
Trying to figure out is, since you don't have the early special, which is that amount, and that
Right.
covers all of that, now we would have to purchase
All of those
things
things
separate.
individually.
Exactly. So
Right.
how do we get an itemized list of what is how much? Prom is this, senior breakfast is this, or your senior dues is this, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what I was saying. So the prom is up to $100, but they don't sell prom tickets until later in the year. So I couldn't tell you, and the 11th grade sponsor throws the prom for the seniors, and that's a tradition. So the 11th grade sponsor will be able to answer that question better than I would. But I just know that senior dues are $80. So with that, you can pay for your senior dues. Now, right now, with the special, it's only $60. So those are the things that they're flexible. They just, they went to the base price. Basically, none of those organizations made any money off of it if you paid early. Technically, that's what happened.
But now they're gonna make money, so I need to know how much money they're gonna make off it. You understand? How much
Right, I can't give you that answer, but if you can see me like right after, or call me. All right, and yes.
What's the total price of the cap and gown? You said 40 was deposit.
Right. And he'll share that information with you. Let me tell you what we did with cap and gown as well. So we used to have the traditional green cap and gown, but we decided that we wanted to put a little spice to it. So we have actually made a couple different hoods for the cap and gown. So the cap and gown will not look the exact same as it did before. We tried a white hood with gold trimming, and now we just did a new hood, which is a white hood with green trimming. So it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna have our logo here. Basically, it's gonna look more professional, and it's gonna look more like our other schools in the district. We were the only school in the district that does not have the more sophisticated type of gown. So I don't know the prices. We just received the new sketch the other day, and it's amazing. It's the first one I was like, we need to change that. But the first, and it was not that it was bad, it's just the color was off. But the second one is definitely amazing. And what I'll do is if you give me a day, look online, I'll put it online for you on the senior page. That way you can at least see what it looks like. Any other questions for me? Yes. Yes, ma'am, they do. They have the hunter green cap and gowns. Man, we just changed the cap and gown. I just received the proof from the company days ago.
But why would you tell them no and have teachers payment for $800 the right?
They do. They have the cap and gown that we have been using traditionally. Ma'am, let me explain one other thing, just in case you're uncertain. So what you're saying, on the day of graduation, you see that L and S. That's a patch that we put on them. That's a sticker, a literal sticker that we put on their shoulder at graduation. So, right, it's just a sticker that we put on their chest at graduation. That's it. Right. Which is correct. Which is absolutely correct. All right, so what we'll do is I'll give you my number when I come up. That way we can have a conversation. All right, any other questions? Yes.
All work for students that are in other schools, how does that work?
So what we do is, this is his home school. I will send information out to the particular principal that normally, or counselor that handles the other schools. Now, I've heard in the past, I've sent things out and they don't get it. So what you have to do is just please be proactive, because there have been numerous times I've sent flyers, I've sent things, and students say, well, nobody has given that to us. So definitely just continue to check with the website. If you need to speak with me, I am Mrs. Miller, from 12 o'clock up until technically the end of the day, because I have planning 12 and then I have yearbook 4th. So I can answer the phone then in reference to it, because my students are working on the yearbook. So if you have any questions, please do so.
Yeah, he got the flyers and everything, so I just wanted to make sure, like, Captain Down, ordering and everything, that he's here.
Okay.
I'm here, so that we can get those ordered, and I wasn't certain how announcements are done. Would he still get it from here?
Well, yeah, he will still purchase the cap and gown here. You can come on that day. I believe it's the 24th. They'll be here for the students to actually have a meeting. And I think after then it's the 4th of October, I believe. And that's just by my memory. But it's online. It's on our website. So even if you don't come that day that he's talking to all of the seniors, just make certain that you're here for the order day. And they'll normally be here a great deal of the day. But they'll normally start at lunch, so let me say that. Any other questions? Any other questions for me? And again, I'm Mrs. Miller, so if you have any questions about anything, feel free to call me here at the school. I will definitely find you an answer if I don't know the answer. All right?
Hey guys, I am Miss Samples. I'm very briefly going to talk to you guys about Code of Conduct, white sheet. Some of you have already some of your students have already turned these in to me. They've already received this paper, but this is another one for those of you that have maybe misplaced it, or parents that have never seen it. Your student has to turn in a code of conduct if they want to participate in graduation, okay? Code of conduct just covers pretty much any inappropriate behavior that we do not want happening at graduation. It also includes dress code for graduation. For the gentlemen, your dress code attire is a white long sleeve button-down shirt, and the school will provide a tie. Black slacks, black socks, black shoes. Ladies, a black dress that cannot be seen from underneath the gown, and solid black shoes, or a white long sleeve button-down shirt with the optional school gold tie, black slacks, and black shoes. Pretty simple, okay? The senior graduation practice dates are also on the code of conduct. And if you have already turned in your code of conduct and you don't know what I'm talking about, on the back of your yellow newsletter, there's another copy of the code of conduct. Okay? Students that are here that don't know me, I'm in B107, the Little B Hall across from Miss Bentley. You can find me there to bring me your code of conduct. Let's see, what else do I have? Is that it for me? I think that's it for me, unless someone has a question. Anybody? No? I'm going to hand it over now to Mr. Shea from Herff Jones. He is going to be referencing your yellow newsletter packet, okay?
All right, good evening. I am going to do my best to answer any questions you have on the front end, and then we'll go from there. What we do is our procedure. Well, first of all, enjoy this year because it flies by, and then that graduation day happens, and I see tears from some people, and I see cheers from other people. And my mom was one of those cheers, you know, get out of here and get on to college and get off the payroll kind of person. So this year will fly by. Definitely enjoy it, especially if you're a senior, because you're gonna wish you had these days back one day. But what we do is we try to just take care of it as much as possible and communicate as much as possible with the parents. We will meet your students next Tuesday in the morning. If they're not on campus, I will leave probably 100 extra packets in the front office. You're welcome to come by and get one. But we will meet next Tuesday. We meet with your seniors and give them all the information they need. That same day, we'll collect info cards from the seniors, which have parent cell, their cell, and the email address that we can use to get a hold of you. And we won't spam you throughout the year, but we'll let you know, here's the dates we're on campus taking orders. We haven't gotten your order yet. It's getting later in the year. We haven't gotten your order yet, just to make sure that we haven't made a mistake on our end or anything like that. So we will come back October 4th and take our orders for the first time. All right, a $40 deposit on anything that's just cap and gown. If you just want the essentials to get out of here, cap and gown, it's gonna be the hood. They're gonna look really nice. Picture's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be embroidered. It's gonna look great. But cap and gown, the hood, the tassel, everything you need, diploma cover, all included. And we'll have the price by next Tuesday once those gowns are finalized. So everything your student has and that he or she brings home, we'll have the pricing in there. We're also gonna send letters home that say, here's the dates we're going to be on campus between now and holiday break. All right, so that'll let you know, and then we'll have tentative delivery dates on that as well. And you'll see that those are in the yellow newsletter as well. But so we'll come back on the 4th, then we'll come back in November and do a makeup day, and then we'll come back in December and do a makeup day. And hopefully by then we'll have 90% of the orders. Now you don't have to order in person; you can order online. As soon as our senior meeting happens next Tuesday, online will go on, and your student can order online. Throughout the year that way. I will say the earlier you order, the better. We do it this soon in the year because say you do want graduation announcements or you do want a hoodie or whatever it may be, you can make payments, interest free all the way through until we deliver in April. All right, so if whatever, just to work with you in that way. Now, if the deposit's an issue on the front end, and you want to make sure you get your order in, but a deposit's an issue, totally understand. Just come see us. We'll work with you. Whatever we need to do regarding that, okay? We want to be helpful throughout the school year, and we just hope you guys have a good year. Does anybody have any questions? I might be afraid to ask. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
How does the cap and gown price differ from what some of us parents probably already paid for with the early bird special?
I don't think the early bird included a cap and gown in it. No, ma'am. If I'm wrong about that, somebody can tell me, but I don't think it did.
No, it's correct.
That's right, okay.
Can you
Did not include cap
can
and
you
gown.
repeat the question before you
Yes,
answer it?
was the early bird special, did it include a cap and gown? And this is the price different from that. It did not include a cap and gown in the early bird special. That was not part of that. Any other questions for me?
So,
Yes, sir.
Is there like somewhere where we can try on these, the sizes for
Yes.
the arm?
Great question, actually. So when we're on campus, we're going to have a rack, and it'll actually have all the sizing for the hoodies, sweatpants. We'll have a cap and gown there. will have a cap. All right, so this is a question we get all the time. If you have big hair, or you're blessed with a big head, or whatever it may be, we have extra large caps. All right, so you can order that when you order your gown. We make sure everything, we were at graduation, we make sure everything goes smooth. I promise you that. That is my one job, is to make sure everything goes smooth. So May is important to me. But good question, yeah, we'll have something there. Anyone else? All right. Thank you all very much. Hope you guys have a great year.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So now we will be hearing from the school counselors. Go to the next slide. So who is my school counselor? So our 9th grade counselor is Miss Richmond. For 10th through 12th grade, last name A through G is Mr. Pearson. 10th grade, last name H through, 10th through 12th, last name H through O is Miss Perry. She's recording. And 10th through 12th grade, last name P through Z is me, Dr. Walker. Go to the next slide. All right, so some upcoming dates to remember. The Pro College Fair will be September 23rd from 6 to 8 at the Douglasville Conference Center. The kids need to go online to probe.org to register, and it's an amazing college fair for any of you who want to go out and see what your options are. And it's colleges from all over, not just the state of Georgia. So I highly encourage you guys to attend if you can. October 23rd, we will be having a financial aid night here. At 6, we will have Ben Meadows from the Georgia Student Finance Commission to come. He is going to talk about Hope Scholarship, grants and loans, basically a lot of financial aid that your kids can get. The ASVAB test will be November 12th at 9 a.m. here at Lithia. Please sign up with Ms. Hoskins. And the ASVAB test is for any student who is interested in going to the military. They have to take the ASVAB. So we will have it here, and they need to see Ms. Hoskins. Ms. Hoskins, are you up there? Okay. I have her. I just wanted her to wave so people could see who she is. And then graduation will be May 22nd at 10 a.m. at the University of West Georgia. Yes. All right, so this is just an FYI, what do I need to graduate? They need a total of 23 credits for math, for English, for science, for social studies. With that, there's specific credits. So a kid may graduate with 28 credits. They may graduate with 29 credits because they have to have 4 specific math classes, 4 specific English classes, 4 science, and 4 social studies. So like I said, some kids are going to graduate with more than 23 credits. Also, 1 credit in personal fitness and health, 3 CTAE fine arts or foreign language, and a minimum of 3 additional credits for a full total of 23. And our lovely social media, Mrs. Perry, is phenomenal with social media. Like, she updates it all the time. So make sure you follow us at LSHS_counselors because she updates it with scholarship. All of the pertinent information you guys can find on our website. So now we're gonna go through some of the handouts that you guys got. The first one, hopefully everybody got the little peach one. Some of you may not have needed this, but are you a student needing an ACT and SAT fee waiver? So basically, if your child qualifies for free or reduced lunch, they can take the SAT and ACT for free. And so this sheet just tells you what you need to do first before you complete the waiver. And the waiver is the red form. It's the sharing information form. So basically how that works, your student needs to fill out, you need to check the part that says, yes, I do want school officials for the ACT, SAT waivers, child name, school, signature of parent, guardian, and then your students need to bring it back to the cafeteria. Once the cafeteria manager confirms that you do qualify for free or reduced lunch, they will let Ms. Hoskins know, and she will call your kid in to see if they want to take the SAT or ACT for free. Now, for those of you who did this last year, if you did a sharing information form last year, you will need to do another one this year. Okay? So a lot of you, this may look familiar, but you need to do another one this year. And then I don't think everyone got this, but I know Ms. Hoskins was making more copies, so please grab one. on your way out, but it is her college and career newsletter. Miss Hoskins is our college and career specialist. So basically what she does is she schedules college visits, she schedules visits from the military, she schedules our field trips, anything college and career related. She does our career fair. She is the go-to person. So sometimes I'll have kids that come to me and talk about, hey, Dr. Walker, can we get this school to come visit? We go to Miss Hoskins, she makes a phone call and she makes it happen. So in the newsletter, she lists a lot of scholarships. This is her September one, so a lot of the scholarship dates are due for the month of September, and she included some that are due in October. Her goal is to try to update this every month if she can, but at least every other month. And then she has an entire list of the scholarship websites that you guys can check out. She put information in here about the ASVAB, the Pro Fair, SAT, ACT. On one page, she did the career exploration, so you go to Georgia Futures and you'll get to explore careers for those of you who are still deciding what you want to do. The FAFSA will not open until October 1st, and I will go ahead and give you a heads up. We won't have our financial aid night until October 23rd. But if you want to go ahead and do the FAFSA, she has included the directions in here to complete the FAFSA. And her last page are the event dates that we had in September. So she had the Army, Middle Georgia State, she had a lunch visit, University of West Georgia, Columbus State, and then tomorrow we will be doing a campus tour at Kennesaw State University. So hopefully everyone got this. If not, I know she made extra copies, and there she is. Can you wave Miss Hoskins? She's our amazing college and career specialist. And as a parent, if you have any questions about colleges or if you want help, you can always call the counselor. But please utilize Miss Hoskins because she's so amazing about getting the colleges out here or scheduling field trips for us to go to the college. One other thing I want to cover, shout out to my parent who asked me coming in about transcripts. So for those of you who are ready to send transcripts, they are $3, and you guys need to see Mrs. Campbell in the middle office. Okay, so transcripts, if you're ready for that, $3 in the middle office, see Ms. Campbell. Does anyone have any questions for the school counseling department? Okay, hang on just a second. Yes.
My daughter wants to go to the military.
Yes.
She wanted to go to school. Will she take the SAT and ACT too? And ASVAB for that?
Yes. Take everything. Because that way with those scores we can kind of narrow down where her options are. Yes. Great question. You're saying is that she said, is there a limit to the number of school visits that seniors can take? There is a form, usually, and Dr. Washington, you can correct me if I'm wrong, there is not a limit to the number of school visits as long as, here is how it works. There's a form in the middle office that must be completed that lists the university, like if you're taking them to a university, wherever you're gonna go, they have to have the signature of the university. So that form needs to be completed to verify that it actually happened. So that's where the issue comes up if you're taking those visits, but you're not doing the proper documentation, then it is considered an unexcused absence. Okay? But those forms are in the middle office. Yes.
I want to ask, on the common application, like when we send out the information, you know, it asks you to invite, like we're inviting, what's that, your table counselor. Do you guys get that? Because they were saying a lot of times that it was going to the junk mail, and sometimes you guys forget it. How do you guys retrieve that information from the common app?
In the past, I know I have gotten them. I haven't had any issue, knock on wood, because I typically check my junk mail because of that. Have you had any issues with it?
Usually when students put the incorrect email address, that's what happens. Or last year we had your first name back last name at Douglas County Schools, GA.org, but now we changed and shortened the address in the middle of the school year. So that's probably what could have happened. All they gotta do is just come see us and we can readjust.
And her question was about the Common App. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the Common App, but it's basically one big application that allows your child to apply to multiple schools. Ms. Hoskins was working on working with some kids at lunch. We're trying to work out the logistics because it is a lengthy process. It does take some time because there are some essay questions for certain schools, and just the application in and of itself can be a bit tedious. And her question was about, there's one part that says, that asks for your counselor information, and that's where you have to put in our first name, our last name, our email address, phone number, and then it pushes out to us. And so basically what I can do is I can log on and look and see where your child, or we can see where your child is interested in going. We can upload a copy of the transcript through Common App, but they will still have to send the official one through Ms. Campbell. But for their, like if they did it now or if they did it next month, we can upload it through the Common App. Great
So
question.
how does that differ from the applications that are done via Georgia 411?
Georgia Futures?
Georgia Futures, yes. Is it the same
Alright,
process?
it's pretty much the same process, but some schools won't be on the Common App. That's the problem. So, like, I think, I'm not sure, 100% sure, I think Kennesaw State might not be on Common App, I'm not 100% sure, but they are on J Futures, all right? I like Common App because I can, like she said, I can upload your fee waiver, I can upload your resume, I can upload your transcript, I could do your recommendation letter all in one thing, and it's sent to me in email directly. So that's the first thing I check come college application time. But sometimes, like you said, HBCUs are not on Common App. Yes. Just every school is not listed on our Common App. That's the pretty much difference.
Because there really is no difference.
And
It's
Georgia,
either way.
yeah, because Georgia Futures is specifically for Georgia schools.
Right.
And Common App's for nationwide.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay.
Common App. That's all.
.org.
.org. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is something that we do upload. The school profile, the school report, that's something the 3 counselors we do. And then yes, we include that. Great question.
So on the activity list, say like I created an activity list.
Hmm?
Do we have to give that to you guys for you to upload for the Common App, or can we upload it ourselves?
If you can't, I would try to do it yourself, but if you can't, give it to us and we can try to upload it for you. But I don't know what it looks like on the student end, so that's why I say I'm not certain. I know for me, I should be able to when I upload the document. So like I said, if you can't, reach out to your school counselor, let them know like, hey, I have this additional document. Can you see if you can upload it to the Common App for me? And we'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, I usually just verify the activities you've done. Like they usually meet with me first, give me the brag sheet, and I just verify what subject or activities they've been involved in, so they can kind of verify that happened.
And speaking of the brag sheet, and then I'll go back to questions. In the middle office, we will put up the senior brag sheet / letter of recommendation form, and basically that's what your students will need to complete in order to get a letter of recommendation from us. Once we receive that form, there's a 2-week turnaround to give us time to get the letter written. And if your child requests, I know I had a student ask me to make a copy and give to the teachers. I'm more than happy to make a copy so that the teachers can have that same information. And so basically it asks about all their extracurricular activities, academics, community service, because the more information you guys provide for us, the more thought we can put into your letter. I mean, if you give me a page and it's like one thing that you've done, I can make it great, but it'll be even better. So anything you can think of with the church, with if you volunteered, to help a family member, anything that you've done 9 through 12, any clubs, any sports, anything you've done, even if you don't think it's major, put it on that form so we can use it when we write your letters of recommendation. Yes, if you have a question. No, her question was, are seniors required to complete a certain amount of community service hours unless you are STEM? STEM has a specific requirement, but the other students do not. Question? Yes.
So my schedule is full. When is the best time that I could like come to see one of you guys?
First thing in the morning is the best time. Like, as soon as that bell rings, you beeline it to the office. All right. Any more questions for the school counselors? Yes. Her question is, what's the earliest you can apply? The FAFSA for next year opens October 1st. Now, that is for federal financial aid. If you're talking about scholarships, they are open now. In the newsletter, there are some scholarships with dates that have already passed or dates that are coming up. That October 1st start date, like I said, is just for the federal financial aid.
I just want to add this. It's very important that you begin and finish by October 1st because this rolls out to the nation. It's not just for Lincoln Springs students or Douglas County students. It's out to the nation. So after a while, grant money runs out. Grant money is the money we don't pay back. They give it to us as cuts. So if you wait till like March or April to do it, plan on paying college loans back and stuff like that, okay? So plan on that money to be gone. The later you wait, the less money is going to be available to you for grant money. But grant money is what you want. I don't know if you guys know this, but you go to a 2-year school or technical school, everyone in here qualifies for Georgia Hope Grant. There are no GPA requirements, but really graduate high school and you get the Georgia Hope Grant to go to a 2-year school or technical school. That's the most inexpensive way to go to, to college, things like that, okay? We'll talk more about that on the financial aid night. I went on a rampage a little bit just now, but thanks for being with me.
Another question?
Yep.
Yes, financial aid night, October 23rd at 6. Yes. Here's the thing, Ben Meadows travels all over, and that was the first date he was available for us, so I wanted to get out, right, but I had to do it based on his schedule. There's absolutely nothing wrong with if you wanted to go ahead and get it done and still come to financial aid night, by all means you can do that, absolutely. Any more questions?
When will that,
Go ahead.
when will the brag sheet be available?
Now.
It should be in the middle office now. If not, we'll go back up and double check and make sure, and they can pick them up in the morning, starting in the morning. But we'll make sure there are copies out there. So yes, parents, please stay on your kids about the brag sheet, deadlines. We are going to have a scholarship day typically in
February.
Ms. Hoskins and I were talking about doing an Apply to College Day where we work with the kids to submit their applications. Some schools I know are already doing, and make sure, like I said, make sure you're paying attention to social media, because I know Mrs. Perry, she puts it out immediately when we hear about it. But some schools are already doing free application fees. Some colleges are already doing free application fees. Ms. Hoskins has also been in contact, I know already, with the University of West Georgia about a decision day where they are willing to come out and make an on-the-spot decision for our students. So she is working on that with the University of West Georgia. She's gonna put that out on the website so you guys will know the date for that. Any more questions? Yes. I apologize. Yes. Yes, you do get a cord for dual enrollment.
Everyone will have the same color, though.
Everyone
Will have the same color.
will have the same color. Her question was, do you get a cord for dual enrollment? So for those of you who are in dual enrollment, yes, you do get a cord for graduation for dual enrollment. Yes.
I heard someone mention about the common application. Is there more than one type of common application?
There's a Black Common App, yep. There's the Black Common App for HBCUs. There's the
54
Common App.
colleges.
And then there's the Coalition app as well.
There's 3
you just got
colleges.
to figure out what school you want to apply to and if they're associated with that particular application.
Hoskins, depending on, like you said, where your student wants to go, I know she's been working on the list of what colleges have commented out, what colleges can use coalition, what colleges are Georgia Future, to help narrow down, because like you said, there are, you do have some options depending on where you want to go. So we're trying to work on that to streamline that process as much as possible. Any more questions? Yes. Say it one more time.
What is her information?
Miss Hoskins. Her phone number, 770-651-6700. And I want to say, do you have a specific option to get to you when they call the main number? Or they just... 6780, I'm sorry, that's 6700 was the main number. I was just kidding. Her direct extension to get to her, don't call the main line, 770-651-6780. We'll get you straight to Miss Hoskins. She is the college and career specialist. So she helps with college, she helps with military. If your child wants to go straight to work, we can help them with career. So we all work together with her. Fee waivers. She does a lot. Any more questions?
We'll be here for questions too.
And we'll be here afterwards for questions. But thank you guys so much. Class of 2020, you did it tonight.